Hey, I'm David Arquette, WCW champion. You're listening in the Potsy and Tino show.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Pots and Pans Network brings to you its 450th YouTube episode of the Potsy and Tino show. That's right. We've got the road dog, Tino Gray, who looks like he's already sipping on daddy drinks. The badass Rob Potsy Potchak. That's right. No, you went the wrong direction with that, just like I did.
In my camera, that's you.
Oh, you're on the left on your camera? Okay. The Potsy and Tino show, bringing to you, once again, like I said, our 450th episode, Tino. How crazy is that?
Damn, so what does that mean? So
520 would be 10 full years of not missing a week.
Okay, so we're halfway there. So what was that, 2.5 years? 2 years?
No, like I said, that's 520. So we're 70 episodes away from that.
God knows.
So just on YouTube, and I want to go ahead and say thank you to Michael Turner, who just said, hello, 450 episode. We've been doing the show longer than that, though. We've been doing this over 10 years.
Wow. And then we migrated over here to the tube.
Yeah, we did. And StreamYard is like raping us on pricing now. But every week they seem to have a new feature that we seem to throw up there. So tonight, by the way, for some reason, StreamYard is having problems getting us on Facebook. So we're on YouTube and Twitch. I thought we were on X, but I'm seeing a little thing that makes me think that we're not actually on a premium account on so we don't have a premium account on X. So we're only on YouTube and Twitch tonight. So hopefully everybody can find us. I did make sure that I even posted an extra little post about where we would be tonight, because once again, the Facebook Potsy and Tino page, for some reason, it would not let me start this with that on there. So Tino, we always start the show off with a segment called What's Up With You? And I always throw it off to you first. So what's going on?
Man, so I missed last week because it was Nicole's birthday. We her I'll be 53 minus 7 was at 46. So it's her 46th birthday. And so, which is kind of cool. So we got this. So last weekend was busy. I didn't get to talk to you. So last weekend, my best friend from high school, his dad, who's like a second dad to me, they're remarried and they're moving. Him and his new wife are moving to Texas because that's where her family is. And he's retired. He's like, what the hell? So they're moving to Texas. So last Saturday, we did like a going away party for him. We had just all of us together and got to eat. Then Easter Sunday was Easter, obviously. And then Monday was Nicole's birthday. And so for her birthday, she wanted to go to Cheesecake Factory, which she loves Cheesecake Factory, but she also wanted for her cake. So she changes it up. For a while she wanted the like an ice cream cake from Harris Teeter, with the cookie crumbles and all that. And then she was on a nothing bundt cake kick because they had the bundt. She likes
I got one of those in my fridge right now.
She likes the white raspberry. That's what she likes. So they get the actual instead of it's like an actual cake.
Yeah. You get the little one.
No, but there's a little one, but then they have the bigger one where you serve it serves like 8 to 12 people. Yes. So, but this year she switched it up, and we've done it before. We did it for my birthday, and then my father-in-law's birthday a couple of times. She wanted from Nantucket Grill the strawberry shortcake. So we went and got a strawberry shortcake, and that thing was fucking delicious. And then I was telling somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, they have the strawberry shortcake." They said, but instead of the devil foods cake, instead of the white cake, it's a chocolate cake with the strawberries and the whipped cream. I'm like, that sounds like crack. I might have to try that next time. So And so we did that last week, and then, God, this past weekend I worked. When I got my father-in-law, yeah, not a whole lot going on. Just work and doing her birthday stuff and getting ready for this weekend. So it's obviously WrestleMania. So Saturday night WrestleMania. Sunday, my mom is retiring. She's retiring from pastoring. So they're doing her retirement thing at the church next Sunday. So I'll be doing that, going out there and celebrating my mom, and then coming home and watching the second night of WrestleMania.
I assumed you'd just be watching the second night of WrestleMania from your phone.
No, I'll be home. I'll be home way before it starts.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it's got a 6 p.m. Eastern start time.
Her church service is at 11 in the morning, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, and like
I thought they were throwing her a party.
No. Well, I mean, they'll have a cake. Like, no,
they'll do a nice little ceremony, but it'll be after.
Yeah, service, like a little ceremony after that, and then you come home. I'll probably be getting home around 6 or so, So, but thank God it's not like they were doing it on what was it, Peacock, where you couldn't fucking rewind it. At least I could rewind if I miss anything on ESPN. So yeah, that's the excitement of the last week and what I got going on this week.
Well, you missed last week's show, and I know that you had better plans than coming on here with us.
I think yeah. Yes, I'd have been dead. So yeah, I think
she's a New Yorker, so she really would kill you.
Yes, she would, and the bodies are buried.
So Tino, last Tuesday I took my mom out for lunch for her birthday, because her birthday's the 7th. She turned 77.
That's right. Shit, hers is the day after Cole's.
Hers is the day after Nicole's. So she turned 77. I took her to Panera Bread because that's where she wanted to go, and it was funny because like we're sitting there, and my mom has this tendency to where she'll say something nice, but then she'll insult you at the same time.
Oh damn!
And she did that, and it was only me, her, and my nephew there for lunch, right? Because my nephew works right around the corner from there, so he came out to join us for lunch, and he looks and he goes, "Grandma, that is so rude. Like Uncle Rob just bought you lunch, and you are sitting there like insulting him." And she goes,
"You don't give a shit."
She goes, "But I said it with a smile on my face."
Because that makes it better, right? That's almost like was it, with all, not to be disrespectful or not to be rude, but that means what you're about to say
is definitely going to be disrespectful and rude. Absolutely.
All due respect, no.
So last week I did this thing where I posted on Facebook. Would people be interested in reading about the hardships I took to get to where I am in the comic book industry and what successes I've had now? So starting with all like the things that really had to work at and everything else to get to where now I would feel like I actually do have some hits under my belt and some successes and things like that. And people just kept saying yes. So I was like, well, screw it, I'll start writing that. So I started writing that. And then today I decided, okay, I've got go ahead.
Is it kind of like the one you wrote before? Because you wrote one kind of like that before, like, or so you want to be a comic book writer. So is that
so that like one was more like the ins and outs of the business. Like, this is what you can expect to make. This is what you can expect to hear. This is what, like if you get rejections, this is what you do to try to prepare for like what's next, or, that type of stuff. This one is actually the stories that went along with my whole thing. So more of the actual like history of junior high horrors and the history of Immortal and what led me to want to make a Star Wars parody called The Mandalorian, things like that led to where now I feel like people actually go, wow, you've got 30 years in the industry. What can you tell me about it? And why do you still love it, kind of things, so that way, because a lot of people did tell me that the last one comes across as like an old cynic. And I was like, well, it really comes across more like you actually had a conversation with me. But this one will come across like a conversation, but I'm definitely trying to make sure that people understand, hey, this really cool thing happened while I was doing this. This really cool thing happened while I was doing this. So even though I might have struggled doing that, these are the things that actually came from that. So I've been having fun writing that. Although I think I was drinking a little too much when I was writing the other night, because I wrote an entire paragraph and then the next paragraph I wrote was almost the exact same paragraph. So I just deleted it. I just deleted that entire chapter and started that chapter over again.
Don't drink and write.
Oh, it's okay to drink and write up until you don't remember you're drinking and writing. But I also wanted to point out I did finish the actual dialogue portion of the script for the new Zor book, and finished the plot for the Junior High Horrors book, both coming out in September. So as I get more of the art from the Junior High Horrors book, I'll actually write the dialoguing for that one. But I did finish the dialogue for the Zor script today, and I have to say I really enjoyed writing it, because there's a character in there that reminds me of Batman. So I got to write some of the things that like a Batman character in a kid's book would say.
You know what you should do?
Oh boy, here we go.
If you ever thought about it, you probably have. Have some kind of crossover, like Junior High, Zor, and the Die Hard, and all your books aren't Artie and
Immortal and yeah.
Immortal. Have some kind of crossover.
So I actually did come up with a way that it would work, but it's not conventional. So I might have to talk to you about it off air, because it is something that I have actually thought about. But I've got characters that are this big, and then I've got characters that are full-size grown characters, right? So
after 30 years, have some kind of, I don't know, celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Just something cool. Just a one-time, maybe just.
Well, this is actually the 40th year of Artie. Like, he's been around since 1986. So I have thought about, like, I even want to try to get, like, we're already in April, so I don't even know if it would be possible at this point to flesh out an entire Artie book and get it out before the end of the year at this point. But it's been on my mind for quite a while. So
I've been telling you for a while, because Artie's my favorite. I want you to do a whole Artie book.
Michael just said,
I think it's my favorite. As long as I've known you, it's just been Artie. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and you had others after that, but like when I met you, it was Artie, and all the artwork. I just think he's cool. Artie's my favorite.
Mr. Helios just said he was 2 in 1986. I want to point out I was only 8 when I came up with Artie.
Shut the hell up, Mr. Helios, you bastard.
and Michael said the Rob universe. It would be the Potsy verse if we were gonna, the Potsy verse would be the actual name of it. Tino, I did something after I got done writing all that stuff today that I don't normally do, but I got a wild hair up my ass to walk into a GameStop and buy a thing of trading cards. And for those that don't know, they just came out with the new Deadpool Topps Chrome trading cards, right? So as you can see, he's hanging out, laying down on the pack, and the box comes with 7 packs of cards for $39.99. So I would say it's an expensive box of cards. $39.99 gets you 7 packs of cards with 4 cards per box or per pack. Okay, so a grand total of 28 cards in the box. The box is this big, right? So the box is huge, but there's only 7 packs of cards in it.
So you said 28 cards and it was $30.
28 total cards. And I want to point out the real kick in the nuts with it. It actually says if you get a special card in your pack, it may contain less cards. So you might get less than 28 cards per box. But I got to give it to my boy Zach at the GameStop in Morrisville, North Carolina, because he picked out a box and he just brought it down. And I started looking at it. I read all the stuff on it to see whether or not I was going to buy it. And I said, shit, I'll just buy this box. I don't care. And, I open up pack one, and there's, I'll show some of the cards in here because some of the cards are kind of neat looking because they're all like chrome cards. So they all have this is one of the special ones. This is one of the parallel sets because the normal cards come with just silver on it, like silver hologram. Mm-hmm. But then they have like the speckled ones that are like
hold up a little bit more. Yeah, because it's the what's up for you. There you go. Because the what's up for you was covering it. There you go.
But you see how it's speckled?
Mm-hmm.
So like this is one of what they call the parallel sets. This is a loyal. It says Love Unlimited Infinity comic chrome card, and this is specialty like CB3. I don't know, comic book 3 maybe. I don't know what all the terminology means for it. But then they also have these icon cards that you can get. Oh, so I got an icon of Wolverine and Deadpool. Pretty neat, right? And we've got a friend in the studio with us tonight. We've got at least one guest coming. And then I also got a parallel of Dopinder, the cab driver.
Oh, yeah.
But, Tino, I was opening pack number 4. And I opened it up, and it had the normal cards in it. And Zach told me that the employee that was working with him was a big Deadpool fan. So I said, whatever I don't keep, you can have. I don't care about the other 20-something cards in the box. I just want the special cards if there's any in there, right? Well, I got something that I've never gotten before. And I even called you after I got this because I said I have to talk about this on the show. You are due to receive a Topps Chrome autograph card, red and black wave parallel of Channing Tatum.
There it is. Gambit. Hold it right there. Yeah, that's clear now. Wow.
And like the card, like I haven't even scratched off the thing on it or anything yet. So I have to mail this card off, and they will send me a very special red and black parallel card, which means instead of like the speckle that you saw on those other cards, it's going to be a red and black speckle. But it'll be a Gambit card with Channing Tatum and his autograph.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's going to be awesome, dude. And it's going to be, it said Gambit, so it's going to be
a Gambit card of him dressed as Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And Michael Turner just said Black Refractor 10 $450.
Damn.
So I like, so the neat thing about this, Tino, is you can actually get autograph cards just by opening up the boxes, right?
Right.
So you might find a Channing Tatum autograph in there, but when you get one of these send-off ones, they send it to you in like a specialty box with a specialty casing on it and everything else, so that you get one that is like direct from the printer, and it's like perfect.
So it's kind of like when they grade comics.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
so
awesome,
I'm pretty excited about that because I've never gotten anything like that in these packs of cards.
You got to put it up there behind you with all your other stuff.
Yeah, it'll be up here somewhere.
That's cool.
So yeah. Tino, we do have our friend, although I don't see video of him, so I don't know what's going on with that. But we do have a friend in the there's his video. But before we get there, we always talk about our weekly watching. Did you watch anything this week?
Was Watson?
I haven't watched Watson or Tracker if they had episodes.
I think the last Watson I watched was at the end. She figured out that the dude was conning old girl pretending to be the mother. So I don't know if that was last week or this week.
Oh yeah, when she saw it on his computer,
and then saw it in the office.
Now, unfortunately, we did announce, R.I.P. Watson. It has not been renewed for a third season, which is going to suck because, they've already filmed all the episodes, so they won't have a way to just end it.
And then last week's Tracker he was trying to help Randy's friend, right? Trying to make sure I'm.
Yeah.
He broke out, and that kid that played his friend played on a bunch of different stuff too. But broke out of the I was like, he saw the girl get kidnapped. He took off his bracelet because he's on house arrest. He took off his little house arrest bracelet to go save her, and she ended up being a bitch anyway. Like, what the fuck did I break? Why did I risk my life in jail time? But yeah. And he did the whole him and that gun, dude.
Have you watched the new Scrubs?
Not at all.
Have you? Are you a fan? Were you watching the old show?
I got a bunch of stuff I am watching now, but my plan is to start. But I look, it's like there's so many seasons. I'm never gonna. It just looks so daunting to try to start watching it now from the beginning. I'm like,
well, the good thing about Scrubs is it's only 22-minute episodes, right? So you blow through 3 of them, and you're like, oh, that's the same amount of time it takes me to watch like this or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've restarted watching the original series, but the new series has like 1 episode left before this season's over, and ABC still hasn't renewed it, even though it has been one of their critical like hits on both streaming and on ABC. Like it's averaging it's averaging like 11 million viewers a week kind of thing.
It just looks so daunting. I'm like, because it's what, like 10 seasons or something, 15 seasons. It was on forever.
No. It's not Grey's Anatomy with 22 fucking seasons. They even make fun of Grey's Anatomy throughout the series, by the way. In fact, one of the characters, probably in like season 4 or season 5, sits there and actually Dr. Kelso, one of the old doctors, sits there and looks at Dr. Cox, played by John C. McGinley, and actually says something like, you're like House, only House is funnier. Like
oh shit. Oh shit.
But no, they did something in the most recent episode which worries me about the future of a character that has been around since the very beginning. And
it's not one of the 2 mains, is it?
Not well, there's 3 mains, but not one of the 3 mains. But a character that's been around since the very beginning. So the fact that like now I'm sitting there going, you better not with that character is kind of pissing me off. Also, Shrinking finished this past week with its final episode of the season, and you could tell that when they originally wanted to do this series on Apple TV, they announced it as a 3-season series because like it definitely has an end, even though they've already approved it for season 4 as of January. So lots of stuff going on there. And then I did finish Memory of a Killer. I don't know if you were here when I said that, but
9 seasons.
Yes. In fact, I think technically this is season 10, but they don't count season 9 as season 9.
Got it. All right.
But anyways,
so
folks,
Shrinking.
we are going to bring on at least our first guest. We don't know if we'll get any more guests tonight, but we are going to talk about WrestleMania.
Thank you, Rap Scuttle. Who's Rap Scuttle?
What now?
Rap Scuttle said, "Grats on your 450, you crazy kids." Who's that?
They're going to have to tell me who that is because I don't know if I know Rap Scuttle. Huh. But I will admit, 450 episodes, you and me, and never actually having a true fight. Like we've gotten angry at each other, but we've never fought.
I pushed your ass out on the and you were like, "Calm down." I've gotten royally pissed, but yeah.
Yeah, honestly, there isn't a week that goes by that Tino doesn't at least say, "I'm going to block you."
Because, dude, let me explain to you.
Now, hold on. You know what? I didn't even get.
Let me explain to you guys.
Last week, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
What'd I do?
2 weeks ago, but you weren't here last week, so I couldn't cuss you out for it. But 2 weeks ago,
God.
Wednesday night, I'm sitting there running trivia, and all of a sudden I get a text message that says, Chris Jericho looks good, but he's got Kofi Kingston chest now. And I'm like, this son of a bitch just told me that Chris Jericho showed up on AEW Dynamite, getting all mad at me about every time I ever
because you and Shamar be doing that on Friday. I'm not even there yet. So I gotta block that one. I can't even look at it.
So mad.
Like usually he'll be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna tell you," but I'm like, "Shut up." Oh, okay. And then he'll say something else. I'm like, you just can't help yourself.
No, normally I sit there and I go, hey, where are you at in this? Because you and I will watch Monday Night Raw, but we'll be about 20 minutes or 30 minutes apart.
Yeah, because usually when I get off of here, I go sit on my throne for a minute, and then I start the show.
Time I get off, you weren't talking shit, so you're just laying shit.
I gotta shit. But yeah,
But I mean, literally, like you and what did I call you when you did it? I said, thanks, Rob.
I didn't mean to. I thought you were watching. I honestly totally forgot that you were at because I don't that pisses me off, so I wouldn't do it to you. I honestly thought you were watching too. So I'm sorry.
No,
you do it on purpose.
And for the record, when it comes to Tino and me doing this type of stuff, like there are a lot of times where I will be driving home from like trivia and I'll have Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 on in the car, and they'll be doing Busted Open After Dark, and all of a sudden like the first thing that they'll say on it is like the big reveal was blah blah, and I'll be like, motherfucker, and
I'm like, dumbass, why are you listening?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you listening to that? Why don't you turn something else? Because I always listen to Pro Wrestling Nation. That's why. But we do have a very special guest. He's actually leaving for Las Vegas tomorrow, if I am correct there. It is our friend, the Blitzball champ, Jason Ingram.
Jason!
Greetings!
So how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. A little tired, but I'm doing well. Just came from a good workout, but doing well. How are y'all?
Oh, I don't know if you saw, but I card broke a Channing Tatum autograph today out of the Topps Deadpool set. So
I did catch that.
So I'm pretty excited right now.
That's gonna be awesome. Michael said, "Jason, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?"
So yeah, man. So I had to pick on Jason before we got on here because my wife's like, she came to him, she goes, "Did Jason's Facebook get hacked?" I'm like, I don't know why. He sent her a message, said, "Happy birthday." Would you say happy birthday with your fine self?
With your fine self.
I said, this motherfucker. I texted him, I said, "Did you text my wife with your fine self?"
Jason, the only person that's allowed to say that Nicole's running off with somebody is me, because that's been a joke that we've been running for how long, Tino?
Baby Seamus.
Yeah, we used to call Matthew Baby Seamus because I was like, he looks more like me than he does you, man.
Yeah, he was born. I was like, who white baby is that?
and then he's like, did you just text that to my wife? I'm like, oh, so are you saying that she isn't fine?
No, I'm saying she is. I'm saying you like, hey, back up. No, but it was cool. I told her, and then she's like, oh, it was funny. But I said I had to tease Jason.
Michael's saying that if we really are going to fight, we got to have a WrestleMania match.
WrestleMania match.
But then he also said he's got you. So.
Oh, shoot.
So folks.
So I was going to say, Jason doesn't go. You're not going to like the WrestleMania. You're just going to all the other shows around.
He's going to everything else for the same price as one WrestleMania ticket.
Yep.
All right. We'll get into that too. So go ahead, Rob. What were you about to say? I'm sorry.
So what I was going to say was, we had talked about this for a couple weeks. We want to make sure that we talk about all 13 matches on the WrestleMania card. And I counted them today because I heard that they were doing 14, but then WrestleMania Night 2 only has 6 matches currently announced.
Well, we still have tonight and Friday. With the go home, so I don't know if they're throwing another match on.
Well, I know that they're doing the Andre Battle Royal on Friday, and I know that they're doing the MFT versus the Wyatt 6 on Friday as well. I would assume we're going to get like a Julia versus Tiffany Stratton rematch on Friday. And because one of the things that I was wondering, and obviously we'll talk about night 1 first hour in a minute, but one of the things I was wondering was why it seems like there's 10 Raw matches out of 13 matches on this WrestleMania.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Because they consider Raw to be their flagship, even though I think SmackDown, well, here lately hadn't been. SmackDown has been the better show. Right now, NXT is
well, NXT's been their best show for 2 years, like hands down 2 years.
But I mean, they haven't really. They've spent so much time building Raw matches. There's not really a strong. Because really, you've got the women's match, you've got the U.S. title, you don't even have any tag matches, like tag team matches on the tag belts aren't up at Mania, so they really don't have only two. What's it? Two of their belts are up.
Well, okay, so
well, 3. No,
how about we go through the night 1 card? Your first hour is Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match,
which they're showing for free on ESPN.
ESPN 2, but that is a free match, and I'm okay with that because they want people to be excited. So that first hour that they're doing, they're trying to get excitement going. But that is a SmackDown match. Then you have the Vision with IShow Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight, which sounds like a complete waste of LA Knight's time.
Yep.
Okay. Then you have the Women's Tag Team Fatal 4-Way, which right now does include the Bellas, but Nikki is out with a foot injury. So I don't know if they're going to replace her with somebody or if that team's going to fall out. But I consider that half a SmackDown match because it does have Bayley and Lyra from Raw on it. Right. Then you have AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental.
That's a Raw match.
That's a Raw match. Then you have Rollins versus Gunther, which is a Raw match. Yeah. You have Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquera, which is a Raw match.
Might not happen if Liv's still under concussion.
We will find out tonight whether or not Liv Morgan actually can participate. But then we have the big SmackDown match, which is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. Yeah. So that's night 1. Night 2, we start with one of these 2 matches, the Intercontinental six-way Intercontinental title match. Yeah. Let's throw Rey Mysterio, who's just coming back from injury, into a ladder match. That sounds like a great idea, guys. Then also in hour number 1, we have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar on ESPN.
Yep. They're gonna get that away for free.
Yeah.
Wow.
So both of those are Raw matches.
Yeah.
Then you have Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams United States title match, which is a SmackDown match. You have Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, which
SmackDown Raw.
SmackDown.
I kind of feel like it's a mix because Rhea's been showing up on both.
Yeah, because I think she's still a Raw. She's still on the Raw roster. I don't think she's SmackDown. I don't think because usually when they win the Rumble and whatever and they decide what belt. Don't they?
Then they're stuck on that show.
That's the brand that they're on. But Rhea they hadn't done that with Rhea.
Well, that's because they were still using her as a tag team, and we know that the women's tag team championships can go between the 2. But then we have Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio, which I guess has been upgraded to the Demon versus Dominic Mysterio, and they actually showed that rather than surprise us with it. And then you finally have the Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, which also is a Raw match.
Well, I think they probably had
very loud with that.
Show it because they wanted to. They showed that because they wanted. I think they're trying to get eyeballs on it because they know they can't sell it.
Well, I think I think that's one of the misnomers about this is that they don't think they're going to get eyeballs on it. I think they are going to get eyeballs on WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania is going to do just fine with the streaming audience. I think it's not going to do well with the in-person audience, and that's what's been the big complaint recently. Is you only have 38,000 people going to night one. You've got 41,000 people going to night two in a stadium that can fit 60 to 65,000 people, depending on how they actually set it up for wrestling, right? So when you take all that into consideration, I think that we as wrestling fans, the millions of wrestling fans, are going to be watching regardless because it actually is a good card. Like. I don't think there's a bad match really on this card. I do think that there are matches that we could have gotten tonight on Raw.
I also think there are matches that and we'll talk about it, like the ISO Speed and Pat McAfee. Those, and if they use Jelly Roll, which I don't know.
Jelly Roll will be in that game.
Those slots, though, man, what we always complain about, right? You've got people who've been there all year round. They're not using. They're going to give spots away to these celebrities for what? It's to me, it's a waste. I can see you're trying to get the crossover, trying to get more eyeballs on it. But if I worked my ass off all year, right, and did everything right, did everything I was supposed to do, just so ISO Speed could get on the show and not me, I'd be mad if
you know what's funny about that, and I know I cut you off there, and I'll say I'm sorry for doing it, but I knew I was going to do it.
No, I was trying to think of somebody. I was going to say like a Sami Zayn, but he's on it. But like if Sami hadn't made it, but they, so he's sitting out watching ISO Speed or McAfee. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, prime example is Solo Sikoa. It's 3 years since Solo Sikoa has been moved up to the main roster, and he's never been on. He's had one match, I think, on WrestleMania, and it was against John Cena. The interesting thing here, though, is that it's what Vince used to do when he would bring in the old timers. Right, he would bring back Undertaker for his one match a year. He would bring in Triple H to wrestle one match a year. The difference, the difference, and I know this is where you're going with it. The difference with it is that now it's a celebrity spot rather than an old-time wrestler who you actually still show respect for.
And not even that. I understand like you said, you bring back the Undertaker one, like you're bringing back one of them. They've got all these celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I can understand. Like, give me so if Pat came and you didn't have Jelly Roll and ISO Speed, I wouldn't be so mad about it, right? But you see what I'm saying?
I do agree. I think that they're overloading WrestleMania with celebrity status people this year. But the very first WrestleMania had Billy Martin as the timekeeper. It had Liberace singing the song. It had
said it yourself. That was
the referee.
He was trying to build something, right? So I understand that, but now it's established. We're 42 years in,
right?
You don't need to be bullshit anymore.
But there's one big difference, and we all know what it is, and it's who's overseeing even Triple H, right? Like, and they've been talking about it, and we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about all that because we really don't have time to talk about all this bullshit of the TKO situation. Which, by the way, all I'll say about it is I think that it will lead to The Rock versus either Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns for control of the company.
And I think they're talking about I don't want to see it, but they keep talking about Vince for some reason.
There's been a lot of Vince talk recently because people are saying that it's the only way that things will make sense, and I don't buy that. But let's go ahead and we will start our night one predictions. I don't have anything to write these down, Tino. I don't know if you want to write them down so that we can actually say, okay, this person went 10-3, this person went what and what.
Right.
First hour, I don't know if this is opening the show or if the other match is opening. I think this one opens the show. with the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision and IShowSpeed, because on ESPN2, this is going to be a fast-paced match. It's going to be just like any AEW trios match. This is going to be a dumpster fire waiting to happen, and it's just going to be like calamity going all over the building. So, because in these types of matches, you don't have countouts, you don't have disqualifications. So this match is going to get crazy, and it's obviously to get that ESPN2 crowd to sit there and go, if they don't already own the ESPN app, to buy the ESPN app, and if they do own the ESPN app, to make sure that they are switching over to that so they can watch it. So, Jason, you are our guest. Why don't you go ahead and tell us, Mr. Blitzball Champ, since there are no orthopedic sketchers in this match.
That's messed up.
Just had to go there.
Oh, if I didn't, I know Tino was going to at some point. So
ask his grandma.
So who you got?
Who you got?
Usos and Knight versus Vision and IShowSpeed.
So with this one, I'm already not crazy hyped about it because just the whole mess with IShowSpeed is just kind of meh to me.
Oh, he's going to take a bump.
But, I mean, in all honesty, I still have a feeling that there's going to be a little bit of dissension within the Usos and LA Knight. So even though I will be rooting for them, in some crazy sort of way, I think the Vision and IShowSpeed pick up the victory.
Okay. Tino, who you got?
I agree, but I think the Usos turn on Knight.
That's kind of what I'm expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, I see IShowSpeed actually turning on the Vision, because he hasn't really shown that he wants to be part of it. Although I think what's really going to happen is he's going to be fully bought in by the end of the night.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you're saying Vision wins?
Yeah. I think we all agree that the Vision and IShowSpeed win this match. I think IShowSpeed takes the biggest bump of the night. And by the way, the kid's been doing some stuff on the indies and looking pretty good. Not to mention, Randy Orton actually gave him like a full-on chop, and he sold it like he just took his soul out of his body. And then Randy looked at him and said, "You're selling, right?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." And it's like, all right, good.
No,
good.
I think he knocked the shit out of him.
Yeah, I do think he knocked the shit out of him, but he gave him time to actually catch his breath.
I like what they were doing with LA Knight going and just walking into his house.
Oh yeah, on stream.
This is what we call a seat, son.
Yeah,
I thought that was good.
I also think that this match is a very good starter match to get the crowd hyped up, especially with Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso's entrance. Not to mention, let's be honest, when you take into consideration Jey Uso's entrance and LA Knight's entrance, there's only a couple letter difference on all that stuff, right? So it's either yeet or yeah, and I think that you can get the crowd doing both to really get the hype going to start the night. So there we go. I think we're all in agreement that the Usos and LA Knight lose this match. Maybe not all on the same page of how it happens, but I'm with Tino. I think that the Usos turn on LA Knight. And I'd almost be okay if LA Knight actually joined the Vision here. But there is also the possibility that because he's not on the card and they have said that he has been cleared to wrestle, Braun Breaker makes his return here.
And maybe sort of interferes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some comments, so I just want to take a look at what everyone's saying. Michael Turner says LA team wins. Okay.
Yeah. Johnny Storm said that chair shot from Randy was hilarious.
All right. Next matchup. Still in the first hour on ESPN2. Unsanctioned, which means there's not even supposed to be a referee, but there will to count the 3 count. This is why I think this match actually goes on at the end of the first hour. I think that this match won't be over by the time they actually switch over. And
it bleeds into it.
What's that?
It bleeds into the into WrestleMania.
I think it bleeds into the streaming only portion because these guys, with an unsanctioned match, they could be fighting anywhere in that stadium. You know, I expect this one to go up to a restaurant. I expect it to have beer splashed in someone's face. Something to make me sit there and go, holy shit, WWE really goes anywhere with this stuff. And unfortunately, based on what I saw with Dynasty last night, I'm going to say right now that this unsanctioned match is going to look very tame in comparison to things like the Adam Copeland shot that busted him open, or what we definitely saw with MJF and Hangman at the last pay-per-view before this one. So guys, Jason, we'll go with you first. Blitzball champ, who you got in this match?
Easy one. Jacob Fatu.
Ramin.
Boogeyman's son.
Yeah, this one was a pretty easy one for me. I know it wasn't too long ago that Jacob Fatu returned after being out with injury. Let's get him that WrestleMania win. Jacob
He's
Fatu.
got a new tattoo on the arm too, so and for those that try not to follow the kayfabe but still want to hear it from us. Drew McIntyre is supposed to leave for Scotland to actually film scenes for the new Highlander movie coming up. So it is possible he will be missing some or quite a bit of SmackDowns going forward for the time being. So this could be a really easy way to write Drew McIntyre off. Tino, you also got Jacob?
I got Jacob too, not only because he's a younger talent. Drew, while he's still isn't anywhere near retirement, but I think Drew can give him a good match and be one of those, like we were talking about, like a Tommaso Ciampa when we were talking about it earlier. Drew can be one of those enhancement, kind of help him along and still come back and look strong and go for a world title. But I think I got Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob's not a young buck by any means, but at the same time,
he's new to WWE.
Oh, absolutely. But he's also really hot right now. And we sit there and argue that Triple H doesn't like to go with the hot thing going. But if there's a Samoan that's hot, he definitely sits there and rides it for a while. So I think we're all in agreement that Jacob wins this. I think that Drew takes a nasty bump that they have to possibly stretcher him out with.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, they got to. It's a unsanctioned match, so yeah.
Someone has to go out in an ambulance.
And I forgot about the Highlander thing. So that is a perfect. It's unsanctioned. He can totally destroy Drew. Gives Drew an excuse to be off TV while he does his thing. And then come back. So yeah, it's like Bob said, good way to write it off.
All I wonder there is whether or not Drew McIntyre has to pay Batista like half of his salary for these movies, because this will be the second one he's in that Batista's in. So
good point.
But I do think that this one bleeds into hour number 2. And I kind of like the idea of having like a main event each hour kind of thing, so that way you always feel like you're getting something to really be, to have explosive. Next up on Monday, on night 1 is I've got, and I'm just going by the way the card was written, the women's 4-way tag team title match. Now I will go ahead and give everybody these teams. Yeah. It is your champions, the Irresistible Forces versus the Bella Twins, trying for their first tag team championship because it wasn't around before. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So one Raw team, and I would say that the rest of them are all SmackDown currently. Jason, we'll go to you. Tino, did you write all that down?
What?
The Jacob and
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's a little tougher, mainly because there's still things kind of up in the air with Nikki Bella, the Bella twins, because a big part of me can see them become tag champions at least once at some point in time. And a part of me was thinking this could be that time. But
it depends on if she can go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Danhausen did say he would be clone number 2 if they needed him.
Right. I definitely do not think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss have a shot. I definitely don't see them winning.
Okay.
Bayley and Lyra, I can't see it. So to be honest with you, because I really like this combination as a tag team that I really think could have an extended reign, I'm actually going to go with the safe pick and say the Irresistible Forces retain.
Okay. Tino, who you got?
I almost want to agree with Jason because that is a good tag team, and they hadn't had the belts long, but WWE proven they don't care about that. I'm going with Bayley and Lyra because Bayley was supposed to be here last year.
Damn you! That was my pick.
Ooh, that's a good point.
And I'll even explain why it's my pick. It's my pick because in tag team matches, they have lost like every single time they have been in tag team matches recently for like the last 3 months. But recently, Bayley had been getting singles victories.
Yep.
So I haven't heard anything about Bayley's contract status currently or anything like that. But, like to get AJ Styles to re-sign with WWE, they did give him that tag team title run right at the end of his career to keep him there long term. I think that Bayley might have gotten one of those secret hidden contracts that definitely makes her one of the top paid people to stick around and be like the Dolph Ziggler going forward of the women's division.
So you said Bayley.
So I'm with you. I'm upset that you said that because I thought that was going to be the first one that we all disagreed on.
No.
And only 2 of us disagreed on that. So all right. Next up, I've got the women's intercontinental title match, Becky Lynch versus champion AJ Lee. Now, I want to point out that AJ Lee has made even more sporadic appearances than Roman Reigns this year. Even though she's been under contract since October of last year.
Yeah.
All right. So who you got, Jason? Because I know what I'm going to say, and I'm going to see if you guys agree with me because I got a reason.
I'm having a really hard time with this AJ Lee hype train because it's like
Jason's turning heel on us, Tino.
Because this will be what? Her 4th match since returning?
She did have that really good match against Bayley a couple weeks ago.
Okay. My thing is, I just really felt like with so much hype behind her, I really was thinking that she was going to have a handful of matches up to now, and it's been kind of disappointing.
Hey, Jason, I'm going to stop you right there. Tino, I just want you to notice that the chat also agrees with us on the Bayley and Lyra tag team win.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
No problem. I just
called to say I love you.
I'm actually going to be rooting for Becky Lynch, but I hate to say it, but AJ Lee's going to retain.
Okay. Tino.
I'm saying that AJ Lee is going to retain, but here's my thing. I think AJ retains, and I'm looking into the future. AJ's going to retain. I think Roxanne's going to be the one to take it from her.
Oh,
I think that's a good play.
Interesting.
I do. That's a really good call, Tino. I think that we're at the point where AJ just won the title from Becky, so losing it to Becky right now just feels forced. I could see it being a disqualification. I could see it not going a clean victory. I could see something like that, a little schmaz, if you will. I just think that there's still legs on this one, and I hate saying that because I really don't like year-long feuds unless they really deserve to be year-long feuds, like the Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk one. Mm-hmm. This one, I think both of them already feel like they're like snoozing at this point with this, but I don't think AJ Lee loses. So I like Tino's point that you keep AJ Lee as a baby face. She loves using the line, she's your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. Yes. I think that when you take someone like Roxanne, who is really a student of the game, like going in the future, I could even see it being Monday night, like right after WrestleMania. Because if you remember, the very first time that AJ Lee won the Divas Championship was the night after WrestleMania. And then the last night that she actually lost the title was the night after WrestleMania. So I like the idea of the what do they call that? The I can't think of the word anyways, I'm with you guys. I think AJ Lee retains.
Okay. All right.
Then we get Mr. Becky Lynch versus Gunther. I'm going to start off by saying that this one I like the fact that Gunther went right at Paul Heyman and he said, "You owe me a lot more than a thanks," because that was all I needed to get prepared for Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
So you think that's why he did it?
Oh, absolutely.
Because this made no sense to me, and I guess now that you say that makes it make sense, right? Why all out of nowhere Gunther just attacks Seth?
Even more out of nowhere, how did Gunther get busted open during him hitting Seth into the table?
I think
that's a good question.
I think they knocked heads at some point. I gotta go back and look.
I mean, maybe, but yes, I think that is what is leading to this. I hope if we don't get Braun Breaker earlier in the night, we get Braun Breaker to actually spear Seth, which allows Gunther to choke him out.
Okay. So you are.
I'm going Gunther. Yes, and sorry for jumping in and going first this time. We let Jason go like the first four matches or so. So Tino, let's reverse it. How about you this time?
Seth's been out for so long. I figured Seth would come back and win it. I do agree that Breaker interferes. God, I was thinking he would interfere or attack after the match. I say Seth. I'm going with Seth.
Okay.
So you Gunther.
So you and I have finally disagreed on a match.
Yeah.
Jason.
So I'm actually thinking that this could indeed be where Braun Breaker interferes, breaks Seth Rollins in half with a thunderous spear. Gunther picks up the pieces and secures the victory. I'm actually going Gunther to win.
Okay. And I like that, Michael. I
don't like Gunther joining the Vision. I think Gunther is already an established star that doesn't need that group. And I like
not necessarily joins the Vision, because Brock Lesnar isn't part of the Vision. You know what I mean? But he's kind of Vision adjacent. So
Right.
maybe Gunther can be like their hired gun. He's not part of the group, but he's there when they need him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. Gunther doesn't. Ever since he left the Imperium, like without him, like he has not needed anything.
Yeah.
So him making the rules of I'm going to go help Paul Heyman's guy, or I'm going to help Paul Heyman, it really does lead me to think, okay, he's going to sit there and go, now that I've taken care of the Seth Rollins problem for you, I want Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and I want his career.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Our co-main event, if it happens, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquera for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, Stephanie has had this belt since, I don't even remember when she won it last year, but she's held it for 8 months, something like that. Jason, that didn't help at all. Your microphone stayed on.
Even now?
Yes.
Well, I guess this thing.
Although the interesting thing was I didn't hear you typing when you moved it up, but I definitely. So I think you might have 2 mics on right now. But anyways, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquera. If Liv is capable, Tino, you saw that picture that I sent to you. She had a golf ball on her forehead. And when I saw Stephanie Vaquera push her into Roxy, I was like, Roxy just came back. How are you going to do that girl like that?
She's in
concussion protocol right now.
It may not go away. That's what we call it, may not. Or it.
She is in. So her and Liv Morgan apparently were in concussion protocol last week.
Here's something that somebody said on.
They call that a hematoma, by the way.
Yeah. Somebody put this on TikTok, and I didn't even think about it.
Now I can't hear Jason.
That's okay. So they put it on TikTok. What if Liv can't go, but they replace her with Raquel?
I'm okay with that.
And Raquel wins that, then it's Liv and Raquel.
Well, then we finally get the breakup of Judgment Day that we've been begging for a year. Jason, we can't hear you.
You did something with the microphone on your desk. You hit something on your desk a minute ago. I thought, you got another mic somewhere?
He said, "Oh," but I didn't hear it.
No. Michael Turner.
We've had these problems before. Are you there?
Okay, how about now?
Yes, you are back.
Michael Turner just said Liv's forehead had pink eye.
Yeah, that was what it was. I had 2 mics on.
That's so wrong, Michael Turner.
So, but if they do have this match, if it is Liv and she's good to go, and Raquel.
So Tino,
Stephanie.
Tino, go ahead and go first. Well, don't give dead air.
I'm thinking.
Well, okay. Jason, why don't you go ahead and
long.
start with your thing, because you like to really roll into it and slow the whole process down.
So the interesting thing, this will be defense number 6 for Stephanie Vaquera. So she's had the title 206 days and counting.
Tino, I don't know what he did to his microphone, but it's.
I like it. You can't hear any. At least you can't hear it typing. Shut up.
Wow. And of course, we have to remember Liv did win the Royal Rumble to get this opportunity. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I'm gonna be rooting for Stephanie, but I got a feeling that Liv is actually gonna pull this one off, and it's gonna royally piss off a lot of people. because there's a good split of fan bases between Vaquer or just anybody else that's not Liv and Liv. So I think Liv some way somehow pulls this off.
All right, Jason's going Liv. Tino?
I think Liv too, because Liv and Dom are gonna go face, right? So we're talking about breaking up the Judgment Day. I think Judgment Day is going to end up being JD, Raquel, and Roxanne. I think Liv and Dom are going to split off, and I think they're going to turn face. I'm going with Liv.
Okay.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say Stephanie, and I think it's because Raquel turns on Liv.
Okay.
I'd be down.
I love the idea that you have two Latin women sitting there being like a new Sean and Diesel. Big Mommy Cool.
Call her Big Mommy Cool, yeah.
Big Mommy Cool standing over Stephanie Vaquer, making sure that everything's going fine until all of a sudden when she's ready, she turns on her and suddenly Big Mommy Cool wants that belt.
Okay. I give you that.
Interesting.
So I you know, with the Judgment Day imploding the way that it is, everything looks like it's all fine and dandy, but people seem to forget that Raquel did get knocked out of the Royal Rumble by Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good point.
All right, gentlemen, we are now.
Seem to forget is it was when Liv was gone, it was Raquel and Roxy.
Yep.
That's why I think.
Well, you know what's yeah. Well, when Liv was gone, it was Raquel and Roxy.
Yeah.
And then when Raquel went out for a little bit, it was Liv and Rox. And Liv originally was like, I don't know why you're in this group. And then all of a sudden now she's like, oh, I love this girl.
But if you notice in the backstage thing where they got the goose eggs, Liv was kind of walking up on Roxanne like, yeah, the elephant in the room. It looked like she's about to turn on her. So I'm wondering if Stephanie just delayed the inevitable too. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they were planting those seeds or foreshadowing there.
Well, you know, like waiting for the Death Riders to break up or go away for 6 months. It's the same thing as the damn Judgment Day. Like, it's run its course. It's time. It's time to go away from it. But that brings us to our main event.
Oh,
it's time. Saturday night's main event. Cody Rhodes.
Time.
Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus the Viper, the Legend Killer, the Pat McAfee bringer.
Cody Rhodes, baby. Big Dusty Rhodes getting his son Cody.
You know, if Dusty Rhodes was watching these promos, he'd be like, but where's the money, baby? But where's the money?
Well, Pat McAfee bought it to you last Friday when he gave you 25% off.
Only from Dodge Ram Trucks and only for Saturday night. Not that Sunday night bullshit.
That's so stupid.
Which, by the way, I have to say, if we're going to bring that up, now's the perfect time to do it. That was the most babyface thing Pat McAfee could do right there when he's trying to cut a heel promo and call someone fat in the front row.
He channeled his Dusty on that one. His Ric Flair on that one.
Well, they actually showed where like 2 years ago at WrestleMania, like going into WrestleMania 40, The Rock sit there and cut the same thing, and he's like, I'll slap the lips off your face, fatty. You know, and then all of a sudden they show Pat McAfee try to say the same thing. He's like, I'll slap the fat off your face or something. And it's like, what?
Kind of counter.
So, okay. We know that Jelly Roll's going to get involved. We know that Pat McAfee's going to get involved. I assume there is going to be a kick to the nuts of Pat McAfee at least once during this match. If not, CM Punk coming down to get his receipt on Pat McAfee during this match. But I don't think so.
I don't think Punk's coming down.
Yeah, I think Punk. I think Punk is going to get punked by McAfee on night 2 at this rate. But
so who you got? Who you got, Jason?
yeah, give us the breakdown.
So I believe this would make Randy a 15-time
15-time.
And see, the thing is, like, Cody's just not going to turn heel. Like, it's just not ever going to happen.
Don't say not ever.
No. Cody's not going to turn heel. The people are going to turn on Cody because they are trying. Nobody would boo Randy. That's why they brought McAfee in to try to bring him heat.
They finally got someone boos, but it's not Randy.
Yeah.
And they're booing Cody.
And this would be Cody's first defense since winning the title back from Drew. You know what? I'm going to go for it. Randy wins and becomes a 15-time champion.
Okay. Tino?
I'm going with Randy, too.
I want to go Randy. I don't want to go Cody on this one. I think all of the schmaz bullshit they've decided they're going to put on night 1 this year because last year it seemed like it was all on night 2.
Mm.
You know, like Triple H is sitting there going, "Hey, TKO, you want to fuck with WrestleMania? You fuck with night 1. Night 2 is my night."
That's one way to put it.
You think so? Night 2's this night? I guess
you got Oba Brock, you got Punk and Reigns, you know, and we'll get into the rest of them, but yeah, and I don't see a WWE Universe World, whatever you want to call it, without Pat McAfee ever showing up again. And he said, "I will never show up again if Randy Orton loses." I think that
they're bring back the commentary when football season's over.
I think this is gonna. No, I don't think they're gonna bring him back for commentary after this. I think he might manage somebody for 6 months before he disappears. But I would say that this match, the way that it's gonna end, is there's gonna be so much of a smaz that we as wrestling fans are gonna have a bad taste in our mouth. And then night 2, we're hoping to get that you know, scope.
Cleansing?
The scope.
Yeah.
The mentadent, whatever you want to call it. Like
mentadent.
Oh my god.
That's what I see happening. I see them going, "Oh, TKO wants to mess with it. We'll let them mess with night 1 as much as they want to, but night 2 is going to be about the fans." Because I hate to say it, like Cody Rhodes sitting there saying that this is a 20-year story between two people that have known each other for that long and 2 histories and dynasties of 2 families converging is 100% accurate. When you look at night 2, it's almost the same thing when you talk about the main event because it's CM Punk, who is the voice of the voiceless versus the biggest family dynasty that's ever lived in pro wrestling besides the McMahons, right? So like it really is the tale of 2 20-year-old stories. The fact is that somehow TKO seems to be okay with the CM Punk versus Roman Reigns one, and they don't seem to be okay with the Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes one. And I don't know what it is.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, fair point.
So, all right. Gentlemen.
There's 13 or 14 matches because that was 7.
13. There were 7 on night 1. There's 6 on night 2, which means that the Roman versus Punk match is gonna go super long.
Yep.
The interest is alone.
I'm interested to see what kind of entrances they do, because there's rumor that Punk wants to bring back some music from like Ring of Honor days.
Oh, so you don't want to do personality?
Well, he did that last year. He got sang out from them last year.
Yeah.
I'd love for him to bring back the Fire Burns.
Oh, from Killswitch Engage? Ooh,
yeah.
Cool.
The fire burns.
That theme does slap.
All right. I am thinking this opens night 2, the Intercontinental title ladder match, because everybody loves a ladder match. And at 6:00 in the evening on ESPN, Eastern Standard Time, this is what I see happening. So, your competitors, which of these does not belong? Jovan Evans, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, your champion Penta, or Rusev?
Rusev does not belong.
Definitely
does not belong. He's going to catch like 3 of those guys at some point during this match.
Huh?
They're all going to do one of those suicide dives out of the ring, and he's going to catch like 3 of them.
I could see
he's
it.
going to be like, Rusev.
I could totally see that.
Jason, this is your kind of match, so I'm going to give it to you, sir.
Okay. Definitely dig the talent lineup. I find it really interesting with this setup, especially, it is still kind of weird that this Intercontinental title match wasn't settled at WrestleMania between Dom and Finn. That's my only complaint about this. But being that, this is what we have. Of course, I'm a big Jovan Evans fan. I mean, he's North Carolinian like me. But I do believe Penta will retain.
Tino?
I think, and I'm going with Jovan.
Really?
Evans. I think
so I am going to go.
This is his match. This is his type of match. The I hate to say flippy floppy, but the flying around. I just got a feeling, and I got a feeling Javon's going to take it.
Now, this would be his very first championship in his WWE career.
And
that's a
WrestleMania
big deal.
I think I'm going with Jovan.
Mania seems like the kind of night to do that, doesn't it, Tino?
Yep.
Like, I mean, remember, Zack Ryder's only Intercontinental Championship was won and lost a night later at WrestleMania.
True. That's a good point. That is a good point.
But
you got Rob.
I got Rey Mysterio winning this one.
Uh-oh.
Really?
And I can give a reason why.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
So initially, everybody thought Rey Mysterio was going to be one of these folks that's retired by Gunther.
Dominic gets his belt back from his dad.
Well, I think that they're going to go to the AAA, whatever their biggest show of the year is. And it's going to be Dominic's title, the Reyes to Reyes Championship, or whatever it's called, versus the Intercontinental Champion title for title.
Rey wins.
Winner takes all?
Could be Rey retires after losing.
Oh.
To really make King Mysterio.
Yeah, but Ray's never won that. He's never won that title too. That's why. That's why I was thinking maybe Ray will win, and he can still retire after winning. They've done that before. You win a title and retire.
You know, and in lucha, that is something that does happen. So that, but that is why I think Rey Mysterio walks out of WrestleMania with that title. I just don't know when AAA's big event is, but I do know that Dominic Mysterio currently holds that title.
Yes.
Yeah. Michael Turner says he thinks that JD will win.
That big head.
Interesting choice there.
Get on top of that ladder and fall off of that head.
I mean, he climbs up that ladder, he might just fall off because the head like weighs him down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right.
So, our number one still, unfortunately, we get Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi in the daylight. So we don't even get
that Oba interest isn't going to be the same.
So I want to point out that the stadium that they are in does have a roof and is climate controlled. So there is a possibility that they figure out a way to turn out the lights.
Oh, for Oba's entrance?
Yeah.
Because remember, if Las Vegas didn't have a roof on that stadium, it's very possible that people would be passing out all the time while like running in a football game.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, Tino, I'm going to go to you on this one.
You know who I'm going for. Dun, dun,
oh.
Dun, dun, ooh.
Oh.
Dun, dun.
So I have to say, from a fan perspective, I think it really does depend on what happens tonight. I think Brock Lesnar has to get the upper hand against Obafemi tonight, because if he doesn't, when they finally match up in the ring, if Brock Lesnar doesn't get the upper hand tonight, he has never gotten the upper hand against Obafemi, which means, based on classic wrestling rule,
my 5-year-old me thing, if whoever gets the upper hand the night
whoever
before,
gets the last upper hand, typically.
Yeah. So if he whoops Oba's ass tonight, Oba's winning at Mania.
Right. But if Oba does it again, then Brock Lesnar has to win the match, right?
And he could get his heat back. Brock can get his heat back. I think this is
Brock is as Teflon as they come.
Oba, like you said before, Oba, he's got so much white. He's
white hot, but he has to win the match to keep it. If Oba loses the match, he's going to lose so much of that heat, because people are going to be like, it's just hype.
That's what I'm saying. WWE needs to jump on. Then he needs to win that match Saturday.
Now, here's the thing: he's only had one or two matches on the main roster, because he went.
He's had like 4.
He's had 4. Okay,
he's had like 4 or 5. But remember, he had a good showing in the Rumble. He's beaten Johnny Gargano. He's beaten Kit Wilson multiple times.
Right.
It isn't like what they used to do, where Braun Strowman walked in and they fed him all the local talent for months. Wasn't anything like that. They were actually giving him people on the roster.
Yeah.
He beat both of the Viking Warriors
by himself.
And so you want to sit there and say, I could take anybody. Give me the Big Show. Like, I would have loved if he had a stare down with Mark Henry at one of these events, and Mark Henry just like sat back down.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
It really wouldn't. Mark Henry would be like, the only way I'm doing it is if I actually stare him and we do this.
Yeah.
I mean, dude folded a frying pan.
That he did.
An unfoldable fry. By the way, I watched a video today, Tino. I think I sent it to you. That motherfucker moved 2 55,000-pound tractor trailers when he couldn't do it in practice, and Vince McMahon said, "Just go rest. We'll do it live." And Mark Henry's like, "I'll be able to do it live. Don't worry, boss." And that motherfucker moved 110,000 pounds.
Well, when he was supposed to go and break into the cage. Remember the padlock? They didn't jam it. They're supposed to file it.
Broke it.
What this dude is?
He broke a master lock. Remember, master lock, the one that the commercial at the Super Bowl showed that you could not break by shooting it with a 50 caliber rifle. And Mark Henry broke that thing with his hand.
He was like, "Hold my beer."
He didn't even say "hold my beer" because he doesn't drink.
Oh yeah, good point. Well, hold my milk.
Hold my milk.
he said, "Hold my whole milk." That's what he said. I'll tell you, man. But a stare down between Mark Henry and Obafemi, or just a backstage segment where Mark Henry sits there and tells Obafemi that he is the next one up in that role.
I could dig it.
It's the same thing as Brock Lesnar losing to him. And by the way, Brock Lesnar has to lose to him.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, and Jason, we don't have you on very often, but Tino and I talk all the time about how Brock Lesnar really is all about the business, even though everybody's like, well, he only works 35 days a year. Well, fuck, Roman Reigns only works 40 days a year.
Fair point.
But Brock Lesnar has always done what's best for the business. Might be best for his business, but it's always best for what's going to get the most eyes on the product. And I don't think, and ever since he has taken control of his brand and maybe had Paul Heyman in his ear, I don't think anybody can truly say that Brock Lesnar hasn't done what's best for the business when he's doing the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown. Yeah.
So, all right, Tino, I don't know if you wrote these down yet, so let's go over. You did
the Brock and the Oba, yeah.
And did Jason give his?
Oba.
Yeah.
So 3 Obas.
3 Obas.
But only if Brock Lesnar gets the upper hand tonight.
Okay.
I think we can all agree to that, right? Because if Oba gets the upper hand on him every single time that they actually stepped in the ring and then beats him, Brock Lesnar's a bitch.
That's why I think he's probably Brock.
I really hope when I use AI to cut this into little things this week that it doesn't just use Rob Potchak said that Brock Lesnar's a bitch. Because that motherfucker would show up at my door and rip the wall off my house.
That he would.
Brock, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I just,
Yes, he did.
Shut up. It's totally going to get cut now. I know it. I know it's going to get cut. All right. Next up, Sammy Hogan versus Trick Williams.
Wow.
Sammy Hogan.
By the way, Tino, you weren't here last week. Jason, obviously, you weren't here last week. I went on a rant about the IWC talking about how Sami Zayn is basically politicking for himself to be in this match and everything. And I don't know if you saw this past week's SmackDown, but it really looked like Sami Zayn is turning heel. And I'm okay with it if that's how it goes. But my problem here is that I had no problem with Sami Zayn. I had every problem with the booking committee giving him the title. Because obviously we know what happens outside the wrestling business. We know that there is a committee or a person that sits there and makes the decision that this is why this guy's going to be champion. Sami Zayn has nothing to do with that fucking decision. So the fact that the internet wrestling community has gone on record as like really, really negatively going after Sami Zayn when all he has done has tried to be the best possible wrestler he could be, and most times being a white meat baby face while doing it. The fact that this community has sat there and completely dropped him and decided they just want to start kicking him because he won a championship that the bookers said this would be a good idea is fucking bullshit to me.
Yeah, it's not his fault, but
No, not his fault.
It's not his fault, but it is the booker's fault. They were wrong in doing what they did. They could have let Carmelo go into WrestleMania as a champion. It's not Sammy's fault. You're right. It's the booker's fault.
And it should be a three-way dance.
Yes.
Like, and hopefully Carmelo talks them into that. I don't think he will.
No.
I think they're likely going to sit there and put him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and he's going to win that. Well, he won it last year. I think Royce Keys wins that this year, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh, that'd be a good pick.
I think it's the only pick. But why else do you have him debut the week before it? But all right. So Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. First of all, let's go ahead and ask this. Do we get the infamous attempt at a double turn and we make Trick Williams walk out of here as the good guy and Sami Zayn walk out as the heel?
But is he not already the good guy? When those horns hit, nobody's booing Trick.
Well, they do get upset with his actions at ringside or in the ring when he's sitting there taking the cheap shot.
If Sammy turns on him, it doesn't have to be a double turn per se. If Sammy does something and to cheat, they're going to start booing him. They're already cheering Trick. You know what I mean? I don't think it'd be a double turn like Hogan Hart. That was a true double turn.
You mean Austin Hart?
Austin Hart. Who would I say?
You said Hogan.
Sorry, Austin Hart. That was a true double turn. You really
absolutely. I agree completely with you there. Is it possible that we get that little Yago on his shoulder, Lil Yachty, to turn on Trick Williams and join Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn wins the match that way?
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm about tired of him going, what? Because he's bringing back what chance?
But I'm gonna tell you what I can see. I can see Carmelo coming out there
and helping Trick.
Reuniting Trick Mello.
Yep. You know why I don't like that? Because Mello just worked the last 4 months to get himself to really be his own man. And if he helps Trick win that belt only because he wants an attempt at the championship, it really feels like they've made him go from being the top guy in that twosome.
They don't have to put him with Trick. Think about how Sammy retained that belt a couple of weeks ago.
I agree.
And Trick and Carmelo could come out and be like, well, you cheated me, I'm gonna cheat you. And it might not necessarily turn him heel, turn Trick. Well, probably won't turn Mello.
I'm really to this day, I am still hoping that the last surprise we get is that they're going to add Carmelo to that match.
Oh,
I think Carmelo comes out and helps him. I don't think that, and that might not put them back together. I think Carmelo just comes out to gets
and he just does
the one up. Yeah,
he just looks at him and he's like, "You owe me." Maybe. All right, so who we got? Jason, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Trick.
All right, we got a Trick. Tino.
Trick.
I think Sami Zayn turns heel and maintains the championship by any means.
You say Sammy.
Yeah, we gotta have some of this stuff actually having different answers. Yeah. Whether I'm right or wrong at this point.
All right.
Well, we know that Michael Turner is not going with Sami Zayn.
No.
So Michael Turner is going with Trick Williams. All right. A match I could care less about 100%. That wasn't me. That was him. Tino was like, what? Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women, the second WWE Women's Championship.
I would have said Rhea up until 3 weeks ago when all of a sudden Jade got her posse.
Oh, you mean I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money, but then she made friends that night?
Yep.
Didn't even make fucking sense.
And as much as I hate Jade as a champion because she wasn't ready, I don't think they're ready to take it off her yet.
I think they are 100% hoping for a good match from Rhea Ripley, which means a good Jade Cargill match. But I also think that Rhea Ripley is going in there to actually be, what do they call it, a shooter?
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to put the pain to her, and it's going to be die by fire if Jade can't hold up.
As much as I hate it, I'm calling Jade.
I think that's the smart decision. Although at the same time, I think WWE likes coming out of WrestleMania with a lot of babyface champions.
I don't think they're going to.
Jason, who you got?
I mean, going into this, of course, Rhea won the Elimination Chamber match for this opportunity. And I've always liked the look of Jade. Just, it's not translating into the ring.
I think Rhea Ripley called her out on that the very first time they had a talk. She sat there and said, You're built for aesthetics. I'm built for fighting.
Yeah.
And you look at Rhea Ripley now. I mean, hell, there was a video today where CM Punk was making fun of her workout routine, and she said, "You want to come over to my house and move this couch?" She said, "Buddy Matthews is out of town. You want to come help me move this couch?"
There you go. I will be rooting for Rhea, but I do believe with some help, Jade will retain, as much as I hate to say it.
I think with all of the help that Jade has been getting, somehow they're going to neutralize it. And I think Rhea does win the match. I don't know if she wins the title, but she wins the match.
They say Rhea wins. So you're going Rhea.
DQ?
It could be DQ, could be count out, could be any number of things, but I do think
could be Bianca comes back and to get Jade.
I mean, one finger less, but
accidentally causes a DQ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, Rhea and Bianca have history, so I mean,
gentlemen, we have 2 matches left to talk about.
Alrighty.
The first one up. I am still a little surprised that they already told us that it is the Demon Finn Balor. I loved how he talked about it last week, and they didn't actually say the Demon's back. But then Triple H on his X account posted the picture of the Demon, and I didn't like that. I also laughed at the fact that they said, based on all the sponsorship and corporate shit that the WWE is doing, that they showed the Demon with dude wipes and Slim Jim written on his chest.
Oh yeah. Slim Jims and the dude.
And the only thing that would make it better, because Finn Balor loves posting or reposting the images, is if Finn Balor actually reposted it. But he has not yet. But the fact that they're showing a picture of him with the words dude wipes written across in the spray paint shit is fucking hilarious. Now, this is the first time we've seen the Demon, I think. So, wasn't it the Demon in the Hell in a Cell match against Edge?
I don't remember.
Or was that just Finn versus Edge?
I think that was just Finn versus Edge.
Yeah, I don't think that was the Demon.
then we have not seen the Demon since the Hell in a Cell against Wyatt.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it does feel like they're just reaching at straws and bringing this back now, because I feel like him and Dom should have had a singles match that didn't include this first.
No, I think they kind of have to have the Demon because it's just him against Judgment Day. So they got to make it look like he's got to, he's got to bring that extra to counter. You know what I'm saying?
So this will be Triple H's first time booking the Demon since NXT. And the Demon never lost in NXT.
Oh, he's not gonna lose at WrestleMania because that's my pick.
Wait, didn't he lose to Samoa Joe?
I don't think so. Not as the Demon. I don't think he ever lost a match as the Demon in NXT.
Okay.
But I'm going Demon.
Who you got? Who you got, Jay?
I'm going with Demon Finn. Looking forward to the match. My only complaint was this really should have been for the IC title.
No.
How you figure?
Now it could be for that AAA title, and I'd be okay with that.
Because the thing is, all of that build up to have Penta win the title just not that far out from WrestleMania, when they know that they were going to have this match at WrestleMania, this totally could have been for the IC title.
I think
Finn Balor should never be going after the IC title. Finn Balor is a top talent that should actually be treated as such. Going after the IC title when not so at WrestleMania, I love the idea of a ladder match for the IC title every year. I do. I'd almost prefer if somehow they took the title away from the person who actually had it. Maybe the person gets injured and they hold it up and it's held up there and it's whoever wins it for the first time or whatever. But I don't have any problem with this not being for a championship, because there are certain times, and Jason, you'll even admit this, there are certain times when the feud is so big, or should be so big, and I don't know if the build-up for this one is as big as it should have been, but the feud is so big that it supersedes a title. And I think that the 5 years that these two guys have been in the same thing, and Finn just posted all the pictures of Finn Balor and the change of Dominic Mysterio into Dominic Guerrero. And when you look at it, you see why this doesn't need a title. This needs to be Finn Balor sitting there and putting down the upstart child that thinks that his way is the best way of doing things.
That's an interesting point.
Sometimes I make those.
All right.
But Demon gets my...
So we all got Demon?
Yes.
I do think that they should have had a singles match without the Demon first, and then he needed the Demon to actually beat him. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting Demon. Maybe even Demonito. I don't know. I do love me some Demonito.
There you go.
Gentlemen, it's time for the main event. The Night 2 main event. The one that will make CM Punk cry because he's actually in it. Versus a man who has been groomed to be there his entire career. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. The only thing that would make this better would be if they put Paul Heyman on commentary.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
It's not going to happen. But all right. Who wants to start?
Tino.
No, dang it. I was going to let you go. You're the guest.
Go ahead, Jason.
Oh,
you got this.
Dookie.
By the way, where are you going to be watching this? Because we know that you're going to be in Vegas going to all the other events. So if you guys both need a little bit more time to come up with your answers for this, what is your Vegas week look like? And please, we're trying to keep this under 2 hours, so just tell us, short stack on it.
So, I'll just give a broad generalization.
Sure.
3 shows on Wednesday, 3 shows on Thursday, 3 shows on Friday, a bunch of meet and greets, and 1 show on Saturday, meet and greet, and 1 show on Sunday. I head back Monday.
Now, are you doing any? Are you doing any of the WWE World or anything like that?
Not this time. Not this time. I am going to try to catch what I can, while I guess I'm drained from the shows I attend, but a lot of it I'm probably going to catch during my plane ride on the way back.
Okay. So, all right, now that you said that, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, WWE Championship.
This is the one. This is definitely the one. The build-up for this has been insane, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Tino, how do you feel about the build-up for it? Do you think that they've nailed it?
I think they've done good. I think a couple of not really tripped, but a couple of things I didn't agree with. Like CM Punk was able to talk about his dead dad, but no, don't talk about my dead dog Larry. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So yeah, but I think they did a good job hyping this up, building it up.
Anybody want to talk about that Pipe Bomb 2 last week?
I think it's rather on the nose. You know what I mean? I don't. I think that might cause somebody from TKO to come, and I think we were talking about that earlier. I think that does bring a Rock out.
Would be interesting if that was the end of night 2, wouldn't it? Where you just, and not even if he comes out, but you hear his music hit, and then Roman uses it to his advantage to take the win.
I mean, yeah. I guess they kind of could do something like that just to generate a lot more hype. Because I feel like
piss so many people off.
Yeah,
everybody in the audience would be booing if nobody walked out after you. If you smell like,
yeah. So, okay, CM Punk. I mean, he's had the title for a little while now, 164 days. Wow, already that long. Goodness gracious. And this would be defense number 5. And the thing is, 2 of those have already been against Finn. So you know what? In some crazy sort of way, CM Punk, by the grace of God, pulls this out.
Okay. Tino?
I'm going with Punk simply because he's going to hold that bit. It was supposed to be him and Breaker. So I think Punk holds that title. I think Breaker's the one who's going to take it off of him. So I'm going Punk.
Interesting. Okay.
Damn it.
What?
I don't want to say Roman because I don't think he's there Monday night.
So you're going Punk too?
I'm going Roman.
You're still gonna go Roman.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I am. And it doesn't mean that he holds it long. But you know what I started thinking about? And I'll try to keep this short for Tino. I started thinking about the idea that when they talk about these short deals that these guys have, like Brock Lesnar, 35 dates a year, Roman Reigns only having to work 50 dates a year, right? That's weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So if they really wanted him to, just take him off the house show circuit and have that guy work every week. And they'd be able to do it. One show a week. They'd be able to have him there. I don't know what Roman Reigns' contract status is now. I know that when the pandemic hit is when about he actually signed his new deal. I would assume it's about up. And I wouldn't be surprised if they signed him to a bigger deal to get him to show up a couple more dates. And I think we might start seeing him a little bit more often. Not necessarily wrestling, but talking more. So with that said, yes, I think Roman Reigns walks out of WrestleMania 42 as the champion. And also partly because CM Punk sits there all the time now and says it's not about winning that main event. It's just about being in that main event.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jason, you are leaving town, but before you do, why don't you try to tell everybody how they can follow you, reach you, see you? Because by the way, folks, anybody who is not following him on like Facebook does not get to see like the 270 photos that he posts from like every wrestling event that he goes to. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that as a positive. He takes a lot of photos because he is like the ultimate fan.
He speaks truth. But if you want to follow me, get to know me more, I have a link tree. linktr.ee/blitzballchampgaming. You can
No
find
spaces.
no spaces. You can find my YouTube, my Twitter, or X if you want to call it that, the Facebook page, and I'm also on Twitch. So definitely check me out. I do pro wrestling reviews, previews, Carolina Panthers talk, gaming live streams, anime, life. So if you love all that stuff, check me out and enjoy.
Tino.
You can catch me on Blue Sky. You can catch me on Insta, SC Tino. You can catch me on where else am I? TikTok, Tino War Great Music. You can catch us on, because I'm not on a bunch of socials all the time. You can catch us on the Pots and Pans Network right here. You can catch us on X for Potsy and Tino, Facebook with the Potsy and Tino Show. Please like, subscribe, buy our shit. We want to say thanks to Adam's House Cat. What? Thanks to Adam's House Cat for the wrestling song. You can still buy it on iTunes for the low price of 99 cents, 99.
This is the new trivia with Potsy t-shirt that I came up with.
I like it.
So, what's that?
I like it.
There's also one that says crazy about trivia, and just so anybody who may want to find it, I'm trying to find out where. Hold on. Boom, right there. You can go to tpublic.com/user/Rob Potsy Potchak to pick up any of those, as well as the Pots and Pans Network's Potsy and Tino Show shirts. Folks, 450 episodes of the Potsy and Tino Show on YouTube. That isn't how many episodes we've actually completed. We don't know the actual number. We do know that it's 450 episodes on YouTube. we've been doing this over 10 years. We're here because you guys continue to show up. Jason, you obviously show up at, like almost anytime we ask you to, and we appreciate it. Our wrestling brother from another mother. We love all of you guys. I just want to point that out. You know, Michael Turner just said 99 Jones. Obviously, let the good times Jones, just like we say in the song. But the fact is that like we wouldn't be doing this. Like Tino and I'd be talking on the phone twice a week, but we wouldn't be doing this YouTube show every week if it wasn't for you. So here's to at least another 50 episodes, which by the way will be right around the time that WrestleMania hits Saudi Arabia.
Oh damn!
Oh man.
But that will likely, you know, like the first week of April next year likely will be our 500th episode if we continue doing this weekly. We might miss a couple, which means it might be Backlash next year. Who knows? But I think I speak for all of us when I say thank you so much for liking what we do, being there for us, talking with us. Michael Turner, Chris Barrett, Mr. Helios, VZ Presidente, obviously Blitzball champ, Ray, everybody else, even those guys that sit there and tell us to go on Twitch so they can get more followers. You know, every single one that chants into the chat. We love you guys. Have a wonderful WrestleMania. Tino, I'll talk to you off air because we got to figure out if you're coming over Saturday. Blitzball, have a safe trip.
Yeah, dude.
Will do, and expect stories.
I expect to hear about some orthopedic sketchers.
She might be there. She might
be there. Mako Sakamura or whatever her name is will probably be there. Did I get it wrong?
Sumi Sakai.
Well, I know that's who we were talking about with that one, but I thought
Mako Satomura is running Sendai Girls.
So she's not going to be there?
No.
Oh.
And besides, she's got to do all that because they're celebrating their 20th anniversary as a promotion.
See, and this is why we love Jason. If we ever want to talk about women's wrestling in Japan, Jason is our eye in the sky.
Yes.
Folks, thank you so much. We love you all. Once again, I love that I popped Tino with that. Enjoy WrestleMania. It is meant to be an event. Don't get too mad about all the celebrity influence in it. That is TKO. It's not Triple H. We love you. We'll see you next week. Can't wait to talk about the fallout. Everybody have a great one. See you next time.
Go see WrestleMania.
Ready? Motor City Machines and Potsy and Tino.
For the Potsy and Tino show.
Thanks for watching.
Monday night, it's time to go. Turn on the screen with the good time shows. Wrestling life and who knows what. If it's cool or weird, they're talking it up. It's the Potsy and Tino show.